welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by the Hall of Famer, big game James Worthy, the five-time champ Derek Fisher, Laker insider Mike Bresnahan, Geeter and Mike Trudell are downtown handling the post-game locker room. We were talking about it in the conference room. This had a feel of Game 7 vibes, if you will, punch for punch. That physicality felt a lot like Game 4 of round 1. Neither team wanting to drop this game, knowing how crucial it is to the series. I go back to early on in this game. Darvin Ham is mic'd up, and you hear him say to his guys, the Warriors are hard as hell to beat. You must stay together through the ups and downs. The Lakers did just that. I heard you, Big Game, say when they went down as many as 12 in the third, you wondered how they would respond. LeBron just called them a resilient bunch, down by 7 going into the fourth. You weather the first 30-point performance from Steph Curry in this series. By the way, triple-double, 30, 10, and 14. Behind that of 5 double-figures scores for the Lakers, led by LeBron James. But I don't think any is bigger than that of Lonnie Walker. And it's probably where we should start as the Lakers take a 3-1 commanding lead in this series. 15 all in the fourth for Lonnie Walker, the fourth.
Man. For those of us who are getting to witness a game like tonight, where you have arguably, maybe not statistically, but one of the best players in the world, Steph Curry, what he was able to do, and then to see just how much the Lakers have grown as a team, it's a beautiful thing to have a team where, you know, like, this is your team and you got a nice fist. They're all together. And Lonnie just keeping his phone on the hook. You know, a lot of guys go away. This guy was starting before the trade. He was getting 20 to 25 points a game. Lights out. So for him to take a backseat to everything that happened and still have a very good attitude about the game, and then on top of that, obviously, he's been working on his game to be able to come in and have that type of confidence and save the Lakers in this game. He definitely gets the game ball, in my opinion. When they needed it in the fourth, all of his points came when they needed it.
I want to add this point for you, Fish. Coming into tonight, 16 of Lonnie's 21 points he scored in this series have all come in the fourth, adding to the 15, obviously, he had tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the playoff series are so interesting, right? Like the garbage time or blowout minutes that took place in Game 2 in San Francisco. And it's not that Darvin Ham and the coaching staff didn't think Lonnie Walker could play, but there definitely was something that they felt or saw in those minutes at the end of Game 2 that transitioned into more opportunity in Game 3 that led to more trust and opportunity tonight in Game 4. And this is why so many teams in every sport and in every level are looking for high character players. Because you can only do what Lonnie's doing when you are a high character individual. You don't get disappointed in a way that starts to negative energy around the team, poor body language on the bench, whispering and placing blame onto other people. Like, you perform this way when you take 100% responsibility for who you are as a player. It didn't matter whether he had played or not in previous games. Didn't matter if he had gotten a lot of shots in the 3 games before. You are a professional. That means you prepare yourself to play no matter what. And he deserves a lot of credit. And that video, his teammates surrounding him in that way, that means they see the character in him and the work that he's put in.
LeBron telling the post-game reporter, Chris Haynes, how to do his job. And rightfully so. That's the one moment where he said, we're going to Lonnie. Chris was ready, of course.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is an amazing story. Remember last summer, the Spurs had Lonnie Walker. They gave him a qualifying offer to be a restricted free agent. They rescinded that later. Lakers said, okay, we'll jump in and take Lonnie, give him $6.5 million, 1-year deal. Lonnie kind of bet on himself. And here he is now. He started 30-something games earlier in the season. It wasn't all winners once the Lakers made the trades. You know, D'Angelo, pretty good run for him. Jared Vanderbilt, of course. Lonnie was one of the so-called losers, I guess. He lost playing time. In the last 6 weeks, he's had 12 DNP by coaches' decisions. He didn't have a shot in the first 3 quarters tonight. And then tonight, magically, You know, you guys can speak about Laker playoff lore. Lonnie Walker IV, definitely part of it now.
No question. No question. This is a memorable game. Like this series, obviously, which both teams knew was a really important game. And Lonnie Walker IV's fourth quarter, right? And it only matters if you continue to advance. And that's all the team is thinking about. We're not going to jinx it. They're up 3-1. We'll let them continue to do the work they're doing.
Absolutely. I agree, Fish. Real quickly, if they advance even to the next round, this will be the play. He'll be the player that had a big part to do with it.
I go back to Media Day when Lonnie Walker IV joined us on the desk, and he told us he was obsessed with the game. I feel like you hear that a lot from players. But when you talk about obsession, as you guys mentioned, to go from a starter, playing all those minutes, knowing you're certainly capable, possibly the DNPs, of course, to be able to rise to the occasion, meet the moment. I think, too, from a team standpoint, it's something that Darvin has preached a lot about, just how much he's appreciated that about this squad, especially coming together so late in the season, if you will. You look back at that first round, any given night, it was a new score, doing it by a collective. I think we continue to see it here in this series. And as I mentioned, there was 5 Lakers in double digits. LeBron had 27, AD 23 and 15. Austin Reeves, adding 21. You got Dennis Schroeder, 10, and Lonnie Walker, again, the 15. I just think being able in moments like this, we weren't really sure what we were going to get from the Lakers in the postseason. We hadn't seen it yet. We hadn't seen a whole lot of it. But I think as they continue to figure it out together as a collective, obviously, you're in the position that you are, up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. Let's go back downtown. AD is with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony Davis, what a game. We know you and LeBron have been in these situations, but I got to ask you about Lonnie Walker, all 15 of his points in the fourth quarter.
Unbelievable. You said last game he prayed for these moments since he was a kid. Stay ready. Don't play first series. Don't play the first couple games. This series that comes in and affect the game with it. It's a special kid. He wants this. And Lonnie wanted this game tonight.
Yeah, he had been out of the rotation. Darvin calls his name last game, plays well. Fourth quarter tonight, he hits the 3, and then he just keeps going. What were you and LeBron kind of doing? Said, all right, get him in situations to roll with that.
Trust him. One thing about me and Six, that we trust our guys. You know, we make the right plays, and late game, it was all Lonnie. He made the right reads. He was putting the ball in the basket, and you trust him. You live with him when someone got us going like that. So, man, it's a big-time performance from him to go up 3-1 against the defending champions, a team who never goes away, keep fighting. Man, it was an unreal game. I love it. I love it.
It was a fun one to watch. I got to ask you about your defense, and with Steph Curry, all the screen rolls, all the actions, you're at the rim, you're out defending him. Down the stretch, you're on Steph, up to the three-point line. What's that level of challenge, and how have you been keyed in on it?
Man, I pride myself on defense. They wanted, obviously, to switch with me, and I took that personally. I didn't want him. I know where he gets to. He like his step-back 3. And I just wanted to move my puppies, as my man Cuss would say. I just wanted to move them puppies and keep them in front and make them take a tough shot, and that's what I did. He's a hell of a player. There's no shot that he can't make. He takes all the tough shots and he makes them. I just wanted to make it tough on him and make him shoot over a contested hand and pray that he missed, because he'll make those, and he missed, got it back, you know, and I just wanted to defend again and make him miss again, and we ended up getting a rebound. So, big-time defense for me, but big-time rebounding from our guys.
Last one for you. 3-1 now. That's the series lead. You got to go back up to San Francisco. What is the mindset now as you try to get that closeout?
We know what the environment is going to be. Their arena gets loud. Their crowd is going to be on their side. Down 3-1. Obviously, they're going to come out with a lot of pace, a lot of energy, a lot of urgency, desperation, and we got to do the same thing to close it out. We know that this team is dangerous, no matter on the road or at home, and we got to make sure that we come out with the right mindset to close it out. We've seen on the other side, you know, them being up 3-1 and losing this series, but also, I don't know if guys remember, they were up 3-1 against OKC. Down 3-1 against OKC with Russ and KD and end up winning that series. So it's not over. It's not the first of 3. It's the first of 4. And we got to come out with the same mindset Wednesday.
Go get some rest, man.
Thank you.
Loved that insight perspective from Anthony Davis. Many wondered, it was an even game. What performance would you get? 23 and 15 big game, 3 steals. I say this lightly. No blocks in this game. No. And I will give you this perspective. Anthony Davis, through 9 games, coming into this one here in the postseason, 37 blocks. 2020 in the bubble, he had 30 blocks in 21 games. Talk about the elite defense you're getting from Anthony Davis. Putting it all together tonight.
Yeah, only 1 block, but the defense was still there. I'm sure he altered, just as many. Golden State did a really good job tonight of keeping the floor really, really open and spaced. And the Lakers, they really didn't have a chance to condense their defense like they normally do, where they can stunt and get back quickly. They got a lot of shots from the corner for some reason because they had to help. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that he didn't get as many because of the counters that Golden State, but it is unusual that AD doesn't get. He got some deflections, some steals, but no blocks except for that one late.
Yeah, and I saw Anthony Davis there right after the game. He had a lot to say to Chris Haynes that we won't know exactly what he said. But it sounds like, he paid attention a little bit more to what people were tweeting and saying than he let on. And so it will be interesting to, with today being a weekday, right? There's going to be a whole 24-hour sports media news cycle of Anthony Davis even number performance in a playoff series. And so it'll be interesting to see how people feel now about Anthony Davis that had so much to say about these odd games.
I'll be listening, that's for sure. Brez, hold your thoughts. We're going to go back downtown. Darvin Ham is speaking with Mike in the media.
Darvin, for everything in that game, and